Good morning, everybody. My name is B. Ashraf Yasmin, Associate Professor of CSE Department. My subject is Database Management System, the second unit. So I am going to describe about how the entity attributes will be defined. Okay. The first thing is introduction to ER model. ER model is entity relationship model. So entity means define some objects. Object, it can be a student, or it can be a car, about the car, or any about the company, described an entity. Okay, so that is model for designing a database. This model represents the logical structure of a database. Okay, with the entities. And second thing is attributes. Attribute is properties that describe the entity. Okay, when we if a student take for example students, a student ID, what is the register number, what is the name, what is the father name, all the details will be that is attributes. Then relationship, how the entity connected to how the entity and attributes connected together, that shows the relationship, a connection between the entities, student enrolled. So the small diagram, ER model, entity, attributes, relationship. So how they are connected in through the diagram. Okay. The next is ER diagram in DBMS. The ER, what is the use of this ER diagram? This is a visual represent of all the details. Okay, it represents the ER model in database, making them easy to convert into relations. And this diagram serves the purpose of real-world modeling of the object. And in technical schemes, ER diagram require no technical knowledge of underlying DBMS used here. Okay, it is visually represented. Okay, like making complex system easier to understand. Okay. Next is symbols used in ER model is rectangle, ellipse, diamond shape, line. So see square, which rectangle shape, which denotes the entity's ER model. And in ellipse shape, it represents attributes. Diamond shape represent the relationship. Line, which represent the entity, other and relation types. And double eclipse, multi-valued attributes. And a double rectangle, which is a weak entity. Okay, define it. Next, what do you mean by entity? First of all, the entity represents the real world object, concept about which data is stored in the database. It acts as a building block of a database. So database, it is a building main important block about this. Okay, so real world object is nothing but is a person or car, employee, etc. of this. What does entity set? The entity refers to an individual object of an entity type, and the collection of all entities of a particular type is called entity set. For example, the student shows that a student E1 entity type is maybe a ID card. Next is what is the roll number, and what is the father name, what is the age, date of birth. So these are the group or student form into the one entity. Okay. So next is types of entity. The types of entity, there will be an two important entity. We can go for strong entity and weak entity. Strong entity, types of entity that has the key attributes that uniquely identify each instance of the entity. Weak entity cannot be uniquely identified with own attributes alone. It depends on strong entity. Okay, so strong entity means in the diagram it shows that the customer ID, name. Without that, it cannot be do this. Whereas a weak entity, loan name, it can be loan date can be changed, anything. So it's a weak entity. Okay, the customer borrows the loan. Loan, it can be anything, but customer ID and CNAME is a strong entity. It should be there. Okay, so next is attributes in ER model. Attributes are the properties that define the entity type. For example, a student, entity, roll number, name, date of birth, age, and mobile number. It is always shows in the oval shape. The types of attributes with key attributes, composite attributes, multi-valued attributes, and derived attributes. So these are the types of attributes here. Next is key attributes is nothing but the key uniquely identify each entity. Okay, uniquely identify the each entity is called key attribute. Example, roll number will be unique for each student. ER diagram, the key attributes represent by an oval with the underline. Okay, so this is a diagram represent about the key attributes. What is a composite attribute? That means composed of many attributes is connected to other attributes. It's called composite attributes. Okay. For example, address. address of that student, it consists of state attribute is there, different attributes, city is there, area, which area, and which country, which so district. So these are different composite in one attribute, okay, connected to that, okay. The next is multi-valued attribute. The attribute consists of more than one value for a given entity. For example, phone number. So phone number have multi-value, not in a single and two digits. It have multi-values. 10 numbers consist, sometimes 15 numbers it can be consist. So more value attribute represented the W code. Okay. What is a derived attributes? The attribute that can be derived from other attributes of the entity type is known as derived attributes. The age is a derived. Okay, so age, it can be a date of birth. From the date of birth, we can derive the age of the student. So that is it's called as a derived attribute. Okay, and relationship set in ER model. What is the relationship set in ER model? Is one to one, one to many to one, and many to many. So what is one to one here? It's each entity set can take part only once in the relationship. The coordinately is one to one. Okay. The person issued the passport. So one person should have passport in only one passport. It is connected together. Okay. The student have register number only one connected together. So that student having a particular register number. So this one to one connectivity, right? So next is one to many. So in an one to many relationship, that means, for example, in surgeon department or doctor in medical department can has many doctors. Okay, in surgeon department has connected to the many doctors. Okay, so that's one to many. Whereas in the many to one, so whether entity is one entity, set can take part only once in the relationship set, and entities in other entity set can take part more than once in relationship coordinately in many to one. So for example, so multiple surgeries, okay, done by only one doctor. Multiple surgeries can done by one doctor. It can also be possible. So that comes in the category of many to one. Okay. So this is the many to many. So when entities in all entity sets can take part more than once in a relationship coordinately is many to many. Let us assume that the employee can work on multiple projects, and each project can have multiple employees also. Okay, so that's why the diagram it shows that the employees is many work on a many projects. Okay, multiple. So it comes under to many in 3 Okay, and this is the wind up session. Thank you. We have seen about all those things. What is the entity attributes and come across this, and this is just overview of this unit. Okay. Thank you.